We'll be bringing Mohammed Abdul Salam as well as Isaiah Miller. Just a couple notes. This was Coach Miller's 100th SoCon win. You know, we celebrate round numbers in sports. Isaiah Miller moved into third place all time on our scoring list. And this was the first career double-double for Mohammed Abdul Salam. So at this point, I'll turn it over to Wes Miller.
Hey guys.
Hey Wes, this is John Dale with the Journal/News and Record. I thought defensively on the real good three-point shooter, you guys mixed it up in the first half, and I counted 4 or 5 different guys on him. Was that kind of the plan going in?
Well, he hit 3. He was 3 for 3 to start the game. You know, I think he had their first 9 points, and he is a terrific shooter. His name's Caden Rice. He's phenomenal. And so we obviously spent a lot of time. I think he's leading the nation in made threes a game coming into tonight. So we spent a lot of time in our scouting talking about that. We didn't really have a lot of time to prepare for the game from a practice standpoint because of the short turnaround. But that was a big key to the game was not letting him get really good looks from 3. And I thought we guarded him okay the first 3 possessions, and he still made 3. I thought from that point on, we were phenomenal trying to get to him. I think we might have blocked 2 of his 3s. And it wasn't the idea to throw a bunch of different people at him. It's just, you know, whoever was in the game at that position matches up to him. And I thought we did a pretty good job as a team on him. Again, he made those 3 to start the game. We did a pretty good job. He's 1 for 11 the rest of the way from 3. So we did a nice job to adjust. And you mentioned it, John, like, you know, I think guarding, they're leading the nation in made threes a game coming into tonight. And I look down and to see the stat sheet, and, you know, they go 9 for 33 from 3 for the game, 27%. It was nice to see us be alert to their shooters.
And a lot of these guys want to play in the NBA. That's an NBA schedule, 3 games in 5 days or whatever. I mean, you guys had really a lot more energy. Were you a little suspect? You didn't know what kind of shape you guys were in for this one?
Well, listen, we talked about it when we again, I said this to you guys when we were down in Birmingham. We agreed, you know, to take on 2 games on the road in Birmingham, Thursday, Saturday. And so like we talked about, it's going to be a challenge, but this could make us a better team. It could make us tougher. And we kind of talked about that throughout the last 5 days, that we can grow from this regardless of what the results are. I thought the kids handled it as good as they could possibly handle it.
And I haven't seen Isaiah play a lot in his career, but where does this rank his games? Is this one of his best games maybe he's ever played in a Spartan uniform?
30 points, 12 rebounds, 3 assists, only 1 error, and 4 steals.
2 blocks too, I think.
And 2 blocks. That's pretty darn good. I thought that their game plan was to kind of stay home on everybody else and see if they could kind of guard him 2-on-2 in the ball screen. You know, they tried to slide under a lot, and he made a lot of tough shots between like 4 and 8, 9 feet tonight. He's really worked on his touch in his game. He was phenomenal, and he was phenomenal defensively. So he's had so many good nights, John. He's a special one. I tell everybody that'll listen to me, if I'm an NBA general manager, I want to give that guy a shot. I think he's good enough to play anywhere in the world. So he's had a lot of really special nights here, but that was certainly a good one, especially when you look at his stat line.
And he kind of plays like Isaiah Thomas in some respects, doesn't he?
He plays like Isaiah Miller to me. I've been with him
for
years, but, you know, I think he's always had a relentless competitive spirit, you know, and you can see that defensively from the day he walked on campus. And he's just gotten better and better because he knows, you know, the game so much better, and his positioning's gotten so much better. And that's why he's the 2-time defensive player of the year in our league. And I think maybe the best defensive guard in all of college basketball when he's engaged. But, you know, the part of his game that's really grown is his playmaking and his ability to score the ball. And every year he just adds and gets better. And that's because of the work that he's put in on the off season. So, yeah, it's nice to see him, you know, having nights like this because I know how much he's worked.
And I wanted to ask you a little about Kyrie Thompson. He's kind of working his way, you know, into more minutes. What have you seen from his development? I guess he's earned a scholarship now. Is that correct?
Yeah, well, due to NCAA rules, he won't be able to receive the scholarship until this summer in summer school or the
Okay.
next semester. But he's been terrific. I mean, in every way, and he's been terrific for 2.5 years. We redshirted him his first year. He was a recruited walk on, but he was really far behind physically. We still joke that his first 2 or 3 weeks of practice with us, he was scared to sub in. He had no idea what was going on, and he was pretty far behind. And that's kind of a running joke in our program. But he's worked tremendously hard on his game. And I thought he was close to being able to help us in our rotation last year, but his body kind of just gave in on him, and he wasn't able to kind of sustain it day to day. And this offseason, he went and continued to develop his game and really developed his body so he can be a little bit more sturdy and kind of squeeze his body. I always tell him, he might be the only guy on the team that I have more athleticism than, but he's squeezing everything out of the orange because he's put the work in with our strength coach and the way he takes care of his body. And so this year you see him slide into the rotation. And to me, when a kid, earns a spot in your rotation and beats out guys that are scholarship players, they deserve to be rewarded. So it's an easy decision. He's earned one, and he'll be on scholarship next year.
And I know his dad, played at NC State and was a high school coach, although now he's going back to grad school. A coach's son, are they a little different as far as they kind of take coaching a little bit more?
I haven't been doing it that long to coach a lot of coaches' sons yet. He might be my first true coach's son.
Okay.
I'll have to think back. That KL Locke, his dad was a coach. Yeah, and KL Locke had a really good awareness too. So I think there may be something to that. We don't hold the NC State thing against his dad. We still took Kyrie, and we still love Mr. Thompson.
Thanks, Wes.
Sure thing.